Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It's been a minute, but if you've been my subscriber for a while, you know that April's Autism Awareness Month, so I go full-fledged autism. My son Alexis is autistic, and of course, every day of our lives is autism awareness in our home, in our family. So we're always honoring it, we're always living it. But of course, April is a month that's dedicated to autism awareness. April 2nd was declared by the United Nations in 2007 to be World Autism Awareness Day. So everyone around the world honors autism or show their support for autism. They wear blue to show their support. All the famous buildings and monuments around the world light up in blue to show their support in honoring autism. There's walks around the world. There's all kinds of events around the world for autism awareness. In my town, I created the first and only march. I call it march, and people say, why do you call it march versus a walk? Because we do walk. I called it a march because march was a word that was more powerful to me, that felt like we're marching for a cause. We're putting our heart and soul into this march to show our support for autism awareness, to honor autism awareness, to bring autism awareness to our family, our friends, our coworkers, our neighbors, to our community, and to the world. So when you're doing something with your whole heart and soul, to me, the word march was like, we're marching for this cause. We will do it for the rest of our lives. We're not going to give up. It's going to get bigger and better. And I just felt like the word march was much more powerful. It was different. I know a lot of people say, well, marches are usually for political or protests. That is not exactly true. But if we are, in comparison to that or any way equal to that, and it's for a good cause, we're honored to be compared that way. If it's for a just cause, a civil cause, like now they're doing the marches for, all these shootings that are happening around the world. So many young children and teenagers and just kids, children that are trying to go to a safe place that they believe is a safe place to get an education, to have a future, and now they have to fear for their lives. They can't even be safe at school. Like they can't be safe at church. They can't be safe at a concert. It's just the world is really going through really a lot of hard and scary times. Let's put it that way. I can't even get my words out, but I don't want to put that into this video. But just to use an example of, if you're comparing us to marches used for stuff like that, then that's why, because it's powerful, because you're stumping your whole heart and soul into to whatever cause that you're fighting for, that you're bringing the awareness to. So, and when I thought of this, it wasn't really, we had Columbine and maybe a couple of other shootings, but my mind wasn't really thinking, there was really no marches. I mean, people were like, enough is enough, but there really weren't any, marches. But because it's happened so much, people are like, getting out and, bringing the awareness and fighting for their cause. So when I thought of the word march, it had nothing to do with any marches, because there really was none going on at that time to that effect. So it just a word that came to my mind, to my heart, and I said, this is a march. I was in ROTC, which is the Reserves Officer Training Corps, and we marched. And so when we marched, we put our whole heart and soul into it. This meant the world to us. This was something that we were fighting for, that we were honoring, and that we were performing for. So I always remembered that march. But when I came up with it, it just came to me. It was just in my mind. It was in my heart. The word march flowed out of my mouth just naturally. It was like, that's what march means to me. So, and there may have been, I know Autism Speaks has done walks for a long time. And I could have easily named it, okay, this is my walk. And we do walk, but I feel like we're really marching. That, like I said, our heart and soul, and we're stumping. Not that walk isn't good enough. Of course, we're walking, so it has to be, something good. And it's not to say that the word walk isn't good enough, or not saying that you're not fighting as hard or putting your heart and soul into it. Yes, they are. But it's just, for me, this is what naturally came out of my heart, mind, and mouth. And that's how I see it, as a march. So I don't know how else to explain it, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And people have asked me that. Not too many people, but a lot. Why do you use a march? Especially now, because of all the protesting and stuff. Why do you use a march when it's more used for political stuff? And I'm like, no, people can continue to use the word as that, or if that's how much it means to them, like that's how much it meant to me, then by the grace of God, by all means, please call it that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's political or protesting. And hey, if we're considered somebody who's fighting for a cause, who's bringing that awareness, and it's equal in that sense, then perfect. So I'm going to keep it march, because that's what it is to me. Marching is walking as well, but you're kind of like, they would consider it more like stomping back in the day, boom, 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 boom. And that's what we're doing. We're just not casually walking. We have an agenda. We have a reason. We just, it's what I call my labor of love, and that's some word that I mainly use. This is my labor of love for my son, and for all the autistic children and families that have been affected or touched by autism. And so that's why I call it my labor of love. Like I said, I created the first and only march here in our town in 2009, and this was our 10th year. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, more special, more special. I mean, like I said, every year has its own specialness. It's big in its own right. But every year we try to create more ideas, different ideas, how we can do this a little bit better, a little bit different, so it comes out even more. So that's what I mean by it gets bigger and special. And of course, more people, because the awareness getting out there every year, more and more people come. And we try different desserts, or we try different like the last 2 years I've honored 2 or 3 moms. I started that just 2 years ago. And then probably by I want to say the 4th or the 5th years, when I started the gift baskets, I thought, oh my God, I really want to do something special for these children, for these families. So let me do gift baskets. It started off with maybe 10 or 20, and then it just, every year I did more and more. I want to always suppress my goal. And of course, you would want to give a gift basket to everybody, but it's a lot of people. Like I said, it started off with me, my husband, my children, one friend, and now it's hundreds of people that march with us. So, I would like to be in, like I said so many times, I put a lot of time, money, and work into making this event possible. Up until this year, it was on my own. I had no sponsors, no donors. Last year, I spent $4,000 putting it together, between gift baskets, food, and everything else. This year, I was able to spend less. I think this year was in the range of maybe 2,500. Probably max, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. So this year, for the first time, I really personally reached out to people, especially on my Facebook, on my autism page, Autism Faces. So I reached out, messaged everybody that I could, either through Messenger or texting or phone call, and said, hey, I will continue to do what I do with or without it. But we really wanted to reach out to you and say, if you would like to be a part of it, if you would like to show your support, or you just would like to be a part of making a child happy or a family happy. It doesn't take much. Like we told people, it doesn't have to be money. I can prove who I am and what I do. I got tons and tons of pictures and videos and witnesses and people to prove that I'm legit. I'm 100% real, that it's not going to it's not going to a lie or something fake, stuff like that. So I'm like, but if you're not, feel comfortable or with money, you can just go to your nearest Dollar Tree or your nearest 99-cent store, or even a thrift store, and get a few items, one item. Everything adds up. So anything is greatly appreciated. But if you want to get one or a few items, like I said, from a 99-cent store, dollar store, a thrift store, just so that I can make a basket. At least with 10 items, I can make a nice child's gift basket. And of course, if you want to send more, that is so sweet. And we totally appreciate. Hey, we welcome anything. And so a lot of people responded. Some people saw the message and ignored my message. And that's okay. And some of it's been some family members, and some of it's been friends and or people that I used to work with, what have you. Because you can see, it tells you when somebody's read or saw your message. I would have appreciated if they would have just said, I really can't this year, maybe next year. Or I'm not, like one of my friends that I used to work with, she said, I just lost my job, so I really can't, but maybe next year, but I'll wear blue, or I'll do something with blue. One year she did her nails in blue, which meant a lot to me because I do my nails in different blues for the month of April. So just have respect, or enough heart compassion to say, hey, I'm not going to ignore you. You're a good person. We know you. We love what you're doing. We believe in you. We trust you. But, right now is not a good time. Like I said, either I lost our job, or we're going through a really hardship right now, or for whatever reason, even if you don't want to state a reason, just I really can't this year, maybe next year, but I'll wear blue that day, or I'll show my support, or my heart is with you. Just have the respect to respond, because I would do that. I would never ignore a message. I mean, unless I'm dead. But I have that kind of heart, that kind of respect. And I know you read it because it tells me that you saw my text and that you read it. So it's kind of hurtful when you're just completely ignored. And then I reached out maybe once or twice more, like 2 or 3 times, just to make sure, even though I know at 100%. But I'm like, I'm going to give it one more try, or another, even 2 tries. And again, the person, their bubble went down. They saw my message and completely ignored it. So it just has to be something that they have to deal with in their heart or their conscience or whatever, or just not deal with that at all. But I will know not to reach out to that person anymore, because obviously they don't want to be bothered, or they simply don't care. This is not something that they want to support or that means anything to them. Like I said, you don't have to be actually affected or touched by autism. You might not even know nobody, whether you know a friend, or you yourself have been affected, or a coworker or a neighbor, or even just a stranger that you happen to run into and realize that they had an autistic child or grandchild or person. Even if you don't have none of that, even if you never, you kind of heard it there, but you never really bothered to really know what autism is, or really have been explained what it is, but you just want to be a kind soul, and you just want to say, hey, this would be like any breast cancer awareness, or domestic violence awareness, or, Down syndrome awareness, or whatever. I don't know anybody, but hey, I would love to donate to your cause. I would love to show you support. I can't give anything right now, but hey, what do I need to do? Is there a ribbon that I can wear? Is there a color I could wear? Something like that. So even if you can't give anything, just to say, hey, I got your message and I appreciate you thinking about me, but this is what I can and can't do. But to completely ignore it is, really hurtful. But, I know, I'm not going to bother that person again. I'm not going to reach out to that person again. That person already knows. I've repeated it tons of times. They know me, because obviously they're on my Facebook, or I have their phone number, so we know each other. So you would really have to reach out to me. And if not, that's fine. We're going to keep it moving. Tell you, every time I do a video, my nose runs. So yeah, so that was that. But most people did respond and were so kind. And it ranged anywhere from them sending me the items personally, versus money, which I thought was great, from $10, a few $20 ones, a few $30 ones. There was a few $40 ones, a few $50 ones. The biggest that I received was a $500 donation. That was from my nephew and his wife, which I totally love and appreciate them. That was my nephew Michael and his wife Carolina Alvarez. So I really appreciated that. And it's not that the bigger the better. I mean, that was really kind of them to do that, because not a lot of people just have 500 just to, give, whether it's a good cause or not. I mean, my nephew and his wife are in a very good place financially in their life. Very good. But, they have truly been blessed. And to really, when I reached out to them, to answer me right away and to say, hey, yes, we can't make it, because I always invite people first. And if they can't make it, sure, if they want to show their support or send a donation, that's great too. But they weren't able to make it. They live in the LA area. So, but they said right away, hey, so that was like the biggest. And then, of course, but those $10 ones, I made gift baskets, and I made really nice ones. And there's videos that I did to show you what the gift baskets are like. I've already done videos showing you the process of what we do and how we lead up to the march and what we buy and how we do the gift baskets, all that stuff. So if you haven't seen those videos, please go back and check those out. And so, yeah, so like I said, $1 or one item is just as greatly appreciated. Like I said, we're living in a really tough time, scary and hard times. Plus, there's a lot of financial hardships. So trust me, I understand. So it's just what like I said, just the response, just the respect of responding back and saying, hey, I can't do anything, but I will wear a blue shirt or a blue ribbon, or maybe do a blue eyeshadow, or maybe wear clear blue earrings that I have in my jewelry box, or, anything is totally means a lot and is greatly appreciated. So all of those donations equally worked beautifully. So I really, really appreciate all the people that responded. And let me see. So yeah, I was going to kind of go through the list of all the people that did respond and that I wanted to thank, but I put that on my Facebook page and my autism Facebook page, which is called Autism Faces. If you haven't joined it, please join it. I let you know everything that we're doing for autism awareness, any information, whether it's medical or educational, or any resources that I find out or that I know of that is available, anything that has to do with autism, shirts that you can buy, jewelry that you can buy to honor autism, just anything and everything that has to do with autism goes on that pages. Of course, I share my journey with my family, and of course the Autism March. So yeah, so that was, and so the people that donated, I put it on that page, and I'll try to see if I could put a little clip of them just to recognize them as well on YouTube, because I could probably name most of them, if not all of them, but I just don't want to forget somebody just in case, because everything was just beautiful and greatly appreciated. So I'll either put in the description bar or put a little clip or a little picture of those people that donated, just another way of thanking them. But this year it was just, I surpassed my goal, and we did 100 gift baskets. I think there were adult gift baskets, like there's a wine lovers gift basket, there was movie night gift baskets, game board night gift baskets, there were coffee lovers gift basket, everything that a person that loves coffee would love. I did sports ones this year for the first time, which I did a Oakland A's, I did a Giants, a 49ers, what else? Oakland A's, Giants, 49ers, Raiders, and Warriors. And then I did like a spa night gift baskets, makeup gift baskets, just all kinds of stuff for these families that take care of these little angels, whether it's mothers, fathers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever's doing it, or the whole family. And then I think I did, I want to say 62 kids. I don't even want to say the number because I don't really remember, but I know there were more kids ones than the adult ones, but they were equally just as beautiful, just as nice. A lot, we do it as a raffle because, of course, I take extra stuff so that every person gets a little something for coming and for just being with us. But as far as the gift baskets, I have to raffle them off. So it's all about your number being called and winning. I have a few extra gift baskets left that, we just did as many as we could, and then at the end there were just a few people left, and I couldn't just give it to them because it wouldn't be fair to the people that really bought the ticket, and because everything I do is free. Make this clear. I always provide the food, the drinks, whether it's the blue punch, the water bottles, the food and all the desserts, and photos, everything is free. That will always be free on me. And the gift baskets were free for a while until it just got bigger and bigger. And it was just a lot of money that I was putting into it. And it was just, really getting there, and I didn't want to stop doing it, but we needed to do something so that we could get some funds in to put back into the next year's March so that we can provide even more gift baskets. Like I said, I was working on no donations and no sponsors for the 9 years. This was the first year we had donor sponsors. Last year, a friend that I used to have, she donated a few gift baskets, really, really, really nice gift baskets. I mean, all of mines are nice. I mean, I put my heart and soul. I try to put everything into those gift baskets, everything I can think of. Um, but she also does gift baskets for different causes. She takes them to the hospital for the elderly, for children that are sick, for different things like that. And so she's into it just like me. We have that same passion, that same talent for gift baskets. So for the first, not last year, the year before, she came for the first time and dressed up head to toe, her and her husband, and supported us and walked with us. And then she brought a few gift baskets. They were really, really nice. It was a lot of autism stuff in each gift baskets. So I really appreciated that. I will forever appreciate that. So yeah, and that was the first and last time that she came, but she came. And so I will always be grateful that she came that year. And I will always remember that. And I will always appreciate her support, and her bringing those gift baskets that were really nice. Like I said, it had a lot of autism stuff. So she ordered a lot of things that had to do with like autism socks. It had the autism teddy bear. I think autism water bottle. Just, I can't remember everything, but it was a lot of autism geared stuff. And there were big baskets, and she put a lot of stuff into it. And so this is something that she has a passion for. And like I said, she does it for different causes. And she also does it for, like I said, the elderly in convalescent homes, or mothers that are pregnant and she might see them walking out of a store and she just wants to, give them a starter gift baskets, or just, I don't know if it's just for all baby stuff or baby and mommy stuff, but she'll wait out of a store and she'll see a mother walking out, like a baby store, whatever, if I remember correctly, and she'll give them a gift basket. She also goes, like I said, to convalescent home, does elderly and children's hospital that have children that are sick, to brighten up their day. And so I think what she does is amazing. It's beautiful. So, I'll forever remember that and appreciate that, because it was a surprise. She surprised me by her just coming and being there, because I had invited her and said she wasn't able to make it. But of course, I had her support, and she surprised me by actually coming and then bringing those gift baskets. It was just a beautiful thing. We're no longer in a friendship, but I wish her well. I'll always have some love for her. Our friendship has been tainted, but I have a big heart. I have a big heart, a heart of gold. Everybody that knows me knows that. So of course I have some love for her, and I always will wish her well. So yeah. And she's still on my Facebook. It's not like completely gone, but it has been tainted where it might not be, a recovery thing. But like I said, I have some love for her. I wish her well. And I just wanted to mention that, because I did appreciate, now that we're talking about gift baskets, and that she made them personally and brought them to me and surprised me. I always, wanted, and because we're talking about gift baskets, I wanted to mention that, and always know that I will always remember and appreciate that. So that's something that people could do as well. Not trying to get into details of anything that's happened or whatever. It's just things that happen in life. Sometimes things have to end. Sometimes things get affected. Relationships get affected. And so, but you can always have that clean heart, that good heart that says, hey, this might not work for us, but I love them and I wish them well. And, sometimes that's the best that you can do. And I'm sure she wishes me well. I mean, I hope so, and I'm sure maybe she still has some love. It was 46 years of a friendship. So we went all the way through school together. Our families knew each other. So, and she has a big heart. It's just sometimes lines are crossed, or things are, like I said, tainted, and you just can't come back from. Life is like that. So weird. You hope things like that don't happen, but unfortunately it does. And so I just wanted to mention that because we're talking about the gift baskets, and that was a really special moment that I will always remember and be grateful for. And, just mentioning what she does, this is what she does for so many causes and so many people, like going to the convalescence home and kids that are sick to the children's hospital and stuff. And I think it's an amazing, you have to have a really big heart, really good heart, and you have to just, has to be in your heart and soul to just want to do something like that, like what I do for this march and for my son and all these families. Like I said, it's called My Labor of Love. So this year, so getting all out of that, but just kind of, those are things that people can do if you don't personally want to give money, or if, you do gift baskets, you have a talent, or you love doing gift baskets. And hey, I want to, give them a gift basket that I know how to do, that I love doing. And so let me give one gift basket, and that's like one of my friends said, if I'd have known, I love doing gift baskets. So this year she gave me money, but next year she said, I love doing gift baskets. I do some really beautiful gift baskets. So maybe next year I'll just do a beautiful gift basket and donate that to you and show you my support and see what you think. So, I mean, I would love it and appreciate it. But this year, getting back to the march this year was a lot of touching moments, overwhelming emotional moments. It was a lot of special moments. Last year I honored two mothers, and usually what I look for is people that have been with me pretty much from the beginning or for a lot of years. People that I've gotten to know, that I've connected with really deeply, that I know them, their child, their family, their journey, and that they just been an angel for their child or for this cause. And so that's what I look at, something, the length of time they've been with me, the loyalty, the dedication, just their journey, how they so kindly shared their journey and was so interested in my journey and how we connected in such a deep, profound way. Those the main thing that I look for, or people that I just met and just had a special connection with, and that I know their journey and how much they've been through and what they've done for their child or their grandchild. So I really really research it and find out, okay, who am I going to honor this year? So last year I honored two moms, which was a one girl named Rosa Isela, and then the other one was, oh my God, who was the other one? Oh, it's out of my, I'm going blank. Oh my God. I can't believe that I've gone blank. But it was another special mom. This year I honored three moms, and one was a neighbor and dear friend of mine. Edith Shuck, which her son has a lot of disability issues and health issues, and she was just in a 2-month stay in UCSF. I mean, for 2 months. And her son went through surgeries and a lot of health issues, a lot of close calls. And her son, she only has one son, is her heart and soul. And she will do anything and everything for her son. That's her life. And to be in the hospital, I mean, she's been in the hospital through the years. I believe he's like 10, if I'm not, sweet Caden. He's been for months at a time in the hospital through his life. But she's been on a good steady while, and then all of a sudden just a lot happened all at once. He had surgeries, a lot of health issues, a lot going on. So she was in a 2-month stay in UCSF, and then she finally was able to come home, and we gave her welcome back balloons and a banner and stuff like that. And immediately, I don't think she was here a week, maybe a little bit more, where he got ill again and had to return. And she had a 35-day stay in UCSF, couldn't be with us on the march. She's been with me a couple of years in our march. We just met in 2015. Yeah, we met in 2015, where we live in a duplex and our doors face each other, and we just had an instant connection. We built a deep bonding friendship, and we're like family now. And so I honored her, and they had her on video chat so I could honor her in video, live video, and let her know, stay strong, we love you, we miss you, we're here for you. I just thank you for being such an amazing mom, and for everything you do for sweet Kaden. And you're not alone. All this other stuff, and I don't want to cry. But yeah, I honored her, and then I honored another good person that's been with me for a few years, Essie Fausto. And then I honored a co-worker of mine who we worked together in Home Depot. From the beginning, she saw that I was full force autism. I wanted everybody to wear blue. We turned the register lights blue. They knew that I do this march, so they would come and march with me and support me in the activities, all this stuff. So from the beginning, she said, "Hey, my son is autistic too." And so she even if she can't get the day off, she'll take an extra lunch and work an extra hour or so just to be with me from the very, very beginning. She's an amazing mom. So I wanted to honor her this year, Teresa Canaveri. I think I'm saying her last name right. So yeah, so those are the 3 months. So I do a special basket for them and I give them a special certificate award. So if you haven't seen the videos, I have uploaded both videos. They're pretty much the same video, just one's in video, actually moving form where you can see everybody really marching and all the stuff that we did in movement, live movement, and the other one is all pictures. So some might have more pictures than the others, some might have more, but let me just put it there. One is a video, so you can see us live movement of us actually marching and everything we do with the food and the kids' activities and the gift baskets, all that stuff. And the other one's all pictures. So be sure when you're done with this video to go back and check that out. I'm running out of time, but I wanted to mention one of the special things that I was honored with. It was a complete surprise. I was so touched I cannot even speak for a good while. They honored me with this plaque. Kim Naylor, which she's been with me the last couple of years, and she's now on my committee, my volunteer committee. She had this idea, so she had the autism puzzle pieces done, and it's my name. So what I say about this name is my name is actually just Carmen Torres, but on my Facebook, I added my maiden name because I wanted to find a lot of my childhood dear friends of mine, and they might not know what my new married name is since it's been years since we've seen each other. So I wanted to put my maiden name, so if there was any childhood friends or anything like that that could find me by knowing my maiden name, since we grew up together, we were friends together. So I added my maiden name, but actually my name is just Carmen Torres. But I love it because that's what I use a lot for, like, social media, and especially Facebook, where dear friends and longtime family members that we haven't seen. So anybody that knew me from years ago or as a child, or we grew up together, whatever, like I said, dear childhood friends could find me, and it worked. I found a lot of dear childhood friends that we